In this video, I want to talk about how to hire a personal trainer. If you're new to working out and you want to build muscle quickly, you may be thinking about hiring a personal trainer. After all, it makes sense to get someone who knows what they're doing to help show you the way to achieve your goal. Personal trainers don't come cheap though, so that begs the question, is hiring a personal trainer good value or a waste of money? Well, the answer can be both, depending on what you want, what you can afford, and how self-motivated you are. If you really have no idea what you're doing, or you know what you want to achieve, but you don't know how to achieve it, then getting practical one-on-one advice and training is a must. If you don't, you run the risk of doing yourself a serious injury. At the very least, you're likely to make little progress, become disheartened, and give up. So the best way of getting training that's tailored to meet your unique needs is via a personal trainer. Many gyms will try and pressure you into hiring their personal trainer, often as part of a so-called enhanced membership that carries a hefty price tag and comes bundled with a whole lot of other stuff that you'll probably never use. So bear in mind, you're going to be paying for the services of this guy or girl on an ongoing basis, regardless of how long they spend with you or how many gym sessions you have. So it's important that you make the right decision and find the right personal trainer for you. Many gyms have exclusivity contracts with certain personal trainers, so you're limited to using their trainer or one that's on their approved list. And you should ask about this before you take up your gym membership. Otherwise, you might, as I was saying earlier, have to use their personal trainer as part of an enhanced membership. But if you're doing your workouts at home, then obviously you have more choice. All right, what should you do in choosing a personal trainer? What sort of questions should you ask? What should you look for? Well, first of all, you should have a training goal in mind, and you should have a realistic timescale or deadline too. And you should be able to communicate this effectively to your prospective personal trainer. Make sure they know exactly what you want, and also you want to make sure that you have confidence in their ability to deliver it. Word of mouth is always the best form of advertising, so ask friends, relatives, fellow gym rats, etc. for recommendations. So if your friend has a personal trainer, then you might ask him or her if they can recommend them. Otherwise, look online, look in your local newspaper, or even on the notice board at your local gym, if they have one. And actually, this is probably a good idea because anyone allowed to advertise there will almost certainly be approved by the gym and will be able to work with you on the premises. You should also check their qualifications to be sure that they really do know what they're talking about. Anybody can call themselves a personal trainer. So at the very least, they should be members in good standing of a professional body for personal trainers in your country. Now, before you hire a personal trainer, you should ask for a free consultation. Each new client a personal trainer takes on is likely to increase their income by about 10%, so quite frankly, they can afford to spend 30 minutes or so with you discussing your requirements. And if they don't, then obviously you need to pass on them and look for somebody else. And having this consultation, just spending half an hour or so discussing your requirements, is also going to give you the opportunity to make sure that your personalities don't clash. We can't get on with everybody. And you're going to be spending a lot of time with this person, so it's important that you both get on. You also want to ask them about things like their motivational techniques. How can they keep you going when you really want to pack it in? How often they'll want to change your training routine. Is it going to be the same thing all the way through? Is it going to be changes as you reach your goal, etc., etc.? And what will be the wayposts or markers along the road to your goal, and how often are they going to be tested? So you want to make sure that you have an idea as to whether you're getting closer to the goal that you want and how they are going to determine whether or not you are actually making progress and so on. Also, you want to ask for testimonials and follow them up. Your personal trainer will almost certainly want you to sign a contract before they'll begin working with you. The contract protects you both, but it's likely to be weighted more in the trainer's favor than yours, so you should read it carefully. Specifically, you'll want to know the hours they're going to be available, the packages that are available, their cancellation policy if things turn sour. And you'll also want to know about things like holidays, illness, traffic, missed sessions, late arrivals, injury, pain, work commitments. What if you have to make changes? What if you can't keep to the schedule that they've set? If you get stuck in traffic, if he or she gets stuck in traffic, you're still going to have to pay. That's the sort of thing you want to find out, and you want to get that out of the way up front. Will you still be expected to pay if for any reason you can't attend a session? That's something else that you need to know. Sometimes personal trainers will say that they want 48 hours notice of a cancellation, and if you can't provide that, well, then you're expected to pay anyway. So you want to make sure that that is all worked out ahead of time so that there aren't any nasty surprises later on. Something else that you need to find out is, will you be expected to buy a certain number of sessions as part of a package, or can you hire them on a per session basis? Do you pay per session? Do you pay for the whole program up front, which quite frankly isn't recommended, or do you pay them on an ongoing basis? And is there a discounted rate if they train more than one person per session? And quite often, having a group training session is actually much better value for money than a one-on-one session. And also you can see what other people are doing as well, and that can give you some idea as to whether your technique needs improving and that sort of thing. You also want to get specific details about their refund policy. And this is particularly important if your trainer is employed by the gym, if they're part of an enhanced membership, for example. So what happens if they leave before your training program is complete? Will you be obliged to work with whoever replaces them? And of course, is your old personal trainer contractually forbidden from working with you on a private basis if they leave? And a lot of gyms do actually put this into the contract, that if the personal trainer goes and leaves and goes to work for another gym, they can't coach you. And that basically stops them from poaching customers from the old gym. But of course, it also means that you might find yourself at a disadvantage. So you need to make sure that all this is set out ahead of time. Something else that you need to be very wary of is, are you expected to buy their range of supplements? And if you are, then walk away. You see, many personal trainers get paid a commission to flog this stuff, and you can bet that you're not getting as good a deal as you would do, because they're going to view you as a captive market. So if they start saying, you've got to buy our supplements from us, you as part of the contract, then forget it, because you're getting ripped off. So bear in mind, at the end of the day, you're paying so they work for you. If the contract doesn't suit you or is too restrictive, then walk away and find another trainer, or find another gym if the services of the personal trainer are included in an enhanced membership. Now, many people balk at the cost of hiring a personal trainer, and let's be honest, personal trainers aren't cheap. And sometimes, though, the cheapest doesn't necessarily work out the best value for money. An expensive trainer who can help you reach your goal in fewer sessions may be better than a cheaper trainer who wants to train you for longer, for example. Some of them just simply want to string the training program out so that they can make more money. So be sure to do your homework. Hiring a personal trainer can be a great way of making your training sessions more productive and can enable you to reach your goal sooner. But It can also be a drain on your resources if not done properly.